I know the prices of these have been getting a bit ridiculous for a while now, so I just checked Reverb, and there's a few on there upwards of £2,000, some even 2.5. It's a Mexican Strat with an Invader. I'd never sell this guitar. It was a present from when I was a kid. I've owned it since it was brand new, and it's not going anywhere, but £2,000. So maybe you've decided you want a Tom Delonge Strat, but you definitely don't want to spend 2k. What options are there available right now? Well, there's a new Fender special run of Squire Affinity Strats in surf green, and I think they've got a black one too, for about £230, a bit more reasonable. I'd imagine if you spent another £100, £120 on an Invader and get a decent setup, you'd be most of the way there. It does say it comes with a passive ceramic humbucker. It doesn't give any more information than that though, so if it's got enough output, it could actually even be alright with a stock humbucker. But if that's still a bit too much, then this Fazley single pickup guitar is about £80. You could buy nearly 3 of those for the price of the Squire. Or 25 of them for the price of the used Made in Mexico Fender. It's called the Fazley Hot Rod FTD182SG-M. So I'm guessing FTD, Fazley Tom Delonge, or Fender Tom Delonge. 182, self-explanatory. SG, surf green. M, maple. Surf green, it definitely looks more like a seafoam green to me when you compare the two. So let's have a look at the specs and see what similarities they have. It has a 25.5-inch scale length, same as the DeLonge model. Both have a bolt-on maple neck. The Fender comes with a rosewood fretboard. The Fazley has a maple fretboard. They both have 21 frets, a hardtail bridge, and a single volume control. One of the biggest differences aesthetically, apart from the fretboard, is the lack of pickguards. The Tom Delonge Strats are quickly recognisable by their pearloid pickguards. It's an interesting choice by Fazley to go for a rerouted body option. The body is made of basswood on the Fazley, and I think the Fender is older. Fazley don't give much information about the humbucker other than to say it's passive. The Invader on the Fender is also passive and very, very angry. Neither guitar has locking tuners. I really like these Fender ones where you've got like a little hole that you put the string into the hole in the middle. It means you can't stab your fingers with the string. I haven't done it in years. It's probably going to happen to me now. When was the last time you stabbed yourself with one of the plain strings? It always really hurts and gets really itchy. That's the specs. Next, let's hear how they sound compared to each other. But they didn't really sound that close. The Fazley felt very underpowered and underwhelming. It sounded quite thin in comparison. Even the clean sounds had less sparkle and character. If you're a new player and buying this guitar to learn on, that's fine. It doesn't matter at all. But if you're looking for a guitar that does that specific thing, then it's going to need a bit of help. Adding an overdrive like an SD1 or Tube Screamer does help a lot, and you'll be able to get a lot closer if you choose to go with one of those. Another option could be an EQ pedal to boost the overall output and enhance a few frequencies that are lacking. You could add an invader to this and get very close, although that would bring the price of this guitar up to about £200, and that's if you do the work yourself. It can be made to do the thing you want it to do, but it's not going to be free, and it's not going to be exactly what you were looking for straight out of the box. But there is one other issue with this guitar that you wouldn't know unless you played it, and that's the size of the neck. It is massive. I've got a 50s profile Gibson Les Paul, and that is nothing on this. It really is the stereotypical baseball bat neck. If you like that, then that's cool. If you're like me, you just make it work. That's fine as well. But there's going to be a lot of people who will just find this way too much. This is the only one I've tried, so maybe it is a one-off. Maybe do a bit more research before going for this guitar. As far as everything else, the tuners feel okay, stayed in tune reasonably well. The nuts all right, could be better, but I've seen worse on guitars at a higher price point. Frets need a polish, but they're okay, no dead spots. You might think I only made this video so I could play some pop punk riffs. Maybe, but hopefully it helps out some of you in deciding if the Fazley is right for you. And who knows, maybe with the recent reunion news, these Mexican Strats might be worth $3K next year.